we're in here for post-plan.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. Very quickly, worth touching on, they played Icebox in the best of 3 that they played a couple of days ago. This one went in favor of Sentinels, but it was a close one. It was 13-11. Both teams rattled off an obscene amount of rounds at one time. Sentinels opened the half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 9 rounds in a row, so it should be a good one. This time, Sentinels starting off on the attack. We'll see what they can make happen. No cheeky buys quite yet, just really ghosts and a bit of utility across the board. A couple of sheriffs. The Sentinels looking to test the waters, B.
Looking for Zoms. He's just putting up a late wall. So no indicator of Zom's wall to start, right? He's looking at possible angle, watching mid too. But even Xset pinged out what Zom's wall could be coming across that B area. So they might be a little bit thrown off. They're going to hold that wall. Looks like it may be what cuts off screens here as they make their way to A. Now look for what elevation is changed and who starts to get up higher. If they all stay on the floor, it becomes a bit tougher, and that's Tenz going down right away as they walk it into A.
Zekin already starting off with Arena in perfect fashion as he dismisses. You see some of the prowess that she's able to bring to a map like this, but Sentinels still managed to take the site. Slightly tattered, slightly battered as they've dropped one, but they've managed to take control. Now, it's going to be on Xset to retake. They're in a decent spot, but they're starting to drop both Zekin and Def, excuse me, have lost their lives along with Pure. Sentinels just like zero regard for what's in front of them, but Xset looking to do a bit of the same as it's just down to 1. Sick. In a 1v1 against Aaron, 25 health. He's starting to heal himself up a bit as the spike continues to tick away. He understands where he is. Aaron goes aggressive, and Sick rips him right back down. A 4K to start the map.
Both Sick and Aaron. Oh my word. These two have been popping off throughout this entire series. Can't stop Sick though, whether he's on a Sky, whether he's on a Phoenix, or now on the Battle Sage. This guy does it all. Cleans up that round. Nicely done. And it was chaos, too. Xset's idea to get back in was full charge. They were hopping around corners, triple bursting, and making sure they could spread a little cheese on them classic shots. So, really nicely done to make that round work in Sentinel's favor. Sick comes up big once again, and that means res and a little bit more money for Sage utility on the board. Oh, Sick.
They've been had.
Oh, Sick.
They've been had. You saw them dial a pretty heavy aggression down B long, but the drone actually comes around Viper Wall at just the right time to spot where that was coming in, and that's going to drop Def instantly. Pure is going to fall as well. It didn't look like it was much of a buy-up from Xset, but a great read from Sentinels.
Long walk, or watch, I should say, all the way on the backside of A. Tenz has this on lockdown, and they are just looking for Aaron right now. He says, I'm okay hanging out here. Playing a little trickery with his gas wall. Oh! That timing. Almost catches a bunch of paint shells. Now it's going to be the hunt. Who gets him first? It's going to be Tenz. Picks up that headshot with the Spectre. A flawless on the eco cleanup as well. We talked about how much it means for Tenz to be grabbing quite a few of those kills to make sure that ultimate is stacked early. Here on Ray, it means the same as on the Jet.
Yes, indeed. Xset now going to have better weapons, presumably. Yeah, there we go. Rifles, armor, a little bit of everything here. Not fully being able to bring in full utility, but they are bringing in a good bit. Meanwhile, for Sentinels, a flawless round means they're going to be able to ride this bonus. Well, Sick bought up a little bit, but it should be sitting pretty financially here. You see the wall coming up from Def to deny entry through Tube as Sentinels work their way towards B.
Yeah, kitchen off limits right now. No cooks today. A little rotation out of mid by Zoms as he makes sure nobody's doing anything tricky. Fast plant with the walls going down here, coming in from Sentinels. And they're looking, oh my word, BCJ at the last moment, Doug.
BCJ has already denied the spike, and now Zekin starting to rotate over right into the spam, but the wall is there to deny any sort of shenanigans, but it comes down. Tenz is dropped, the spike did fall. As Aaron's creeping his way around yellow. See this wall goes down, and Shazam drops shortly thereafter. They take the fight to Sentinels, and they pick them apart. It's just Zoms, who's slowly making his way around, but his position's been had. BCJ gets 4. The guy continues to terrorize in this best of 5 as Xset get on the board. And Hunter's Fury online now.
This is why B is such a scary site to take, because the moment you're stopped for a half a second, another second, everything's out of whack. And we saw as soon as this Sage Wall went down and BCJ just, what a spam frag there through the box. Beautifully done. It's like Xset was completely ready. Look at this, a family photo for anybody that looks from Long B to try and peek.
Yep.
And that'll get sent off. 2-1, Xset find around for themselves, and that was pure aggression on the retake.
It was pretty to watch. It was a freaking mob death ball rolling their way towards Sentinels. But now Xset, I mean, they've got the Hunter like we said, in the pocket to BCJ. Sick has the res as well. Much more of a precautious look, really, from both squads. Oh my gosh, what a pick from Shazam early on.
Operator or not, Shazam's looking for those long shots. Looks like the wall's coming through now. 8 shells to the right side of A, and it looks like Pure is going to have to back off here, but he doesn't get the chance. Zom's up high, able to take him down, and across the rope they go. Inside A site, BCJ trying to hold down what he can for a little bit of help.
Yeah, you see Aaron has shown up, but it's a 2v5. Make that a 1v4. 1v3. Not able to get the third. It looked close. It looked dicey, but he wasn't able to land the shot, so Sentinels take a 2-round lead. Just making sure that last player was dead, because you can never be too sure. An excellent start from Sentinels to start off Icebox.
Yep. We can kind of see the same thing in reverse now that the tables have turned for a new map. Sentinels are doing the same thing to Xset that happened to Tenz that we saw in Haven. Tenz continues, like I said, he is catching some unlucky shots, and those were always when he had ult or wasn't getting ult, and now they're denying Pure the stack on those ults. He is not getting enough frags. They're shutting him down, and it does become a detriment if you don't have those Blade Storms coming up to help control the game and economy. Not necessary, but we will keep an eye on that throughout the match as we did in Haven. Round 5 here, Doug, and it's both bit of guns eco by here for Xset for Sentinels weapons.
Last time Shazam was in this position, delivered a green crispy shot onto Zek and almost did it again, but was able to dash away to safety as Zekin got away unscathed as well. So for Sentinels here, they tested the waters, try to get that early pick, and this has really been their approach on the attacking half so far, right? Like, we're going to poke things out, we're going to feel out what the defenses of Xset look like, and then they're going to bust the move. You've got BCJ still holding that ult. He's also about to get a good bit of info with that drone. Then they'll make a play from there. You see the pings coming out, man. They're heavy stacking towards A.
Is this a fake? Is this a wall fake? Because Spike is with Shazam. Okay, so they're actually going to keep pressuring. Oh, he is walking right on the coattails of BCJ right now. The turn towards Kitchen. Oh, BCJ just swings and finds Sick after a game of cat and mouse.
All right, here comes the Spike, and there's the Hunter's Fury exactly at the right time, and he tagged up the player he was looking for, tagged a second. Not able to land the kills, but a decent amount of damage has been done. Now Zom's looking to get the Spike down. 10 seconds left, just in the nick of time. Manages to extend the round. Tenz gets messed up on the other hands of a judge, and Dapr might be in some trouble too. No, definitely needs to turn around. He's not able to land the shots. Aaron does, however, clean that up. Shazam falls shortly thereafter. Xset get to 2.
Oh, and what a round of patience we saw from Sentinels there. It looked like Sick was going to do so much damage, and BCJ once again turns the play on its head, and that just started to tear everything apart. We know what happens as soon as the B strat goes awry. It usually unfolds even worse for the team attacking. A good round there for Xset as they look to pull it to 3-3. It looks like we will not get a lead in rounds too big here as we did on their first meeting of Icebox. And this one, much more even. Down to guns all around. Actually, we're over on Dapr with a Sheriff. It looks like he'll hang out there and maybe focus on Alt Orb for this round for himself.
Meanwhile, you've got Showstopper in Tenz's pocket. So, okay, so the Viper's pick coming out right off the bat should deny entry towards A, but they don't have tube control. They don't have kitchen control. So the middle of the map is not well established, and there's a good bit of room to work towards B. So, Sentinels can they can feel this out. They've got a lot of options to work with here.
No, it's interesting. No KJ, no Cypher. Everything requires so much watching of the flank or position retaking if you've left an area for a while. It definitely slows rounds down. and it allows you to see what a team's intentions are based on numbers and where they are, right? Always having somebody on the flank, a mix and match now of utility to the right. Sova's utility considered a little bit more of a take. So now they're heading towards B on the side of Sentinels to use that Sova utility as a fake.
Yeah, and they've got they've got a recon dart as well too from Dapr, so they can make some work happen there. But yeah, the spike is over towards B. The dash comes through. BCJ stuffs it right off the bat. Here comes the showstopper though. Tenz buying so much space. The res comes through to deny, but Def's in a great spot. Def not able to get anything other than the first. As BCJ and Def both drop, Sick gets control of the site for Sentinels, and the spike goes down. Zekin not going to be able to do anything either, as Pure and Aaron are left alone. They're starting to rotate over, and they're going to be able to come in from different fronts, which is ideal. But you're walking into a 2v4.
Really great traded positions here and how Sentinels was setting up this round. Throw off Xset. Zom's already on the backside for 2, but Pura stops him just for 1. And now he's going to be trying to save this Phantom. The rotation of when we saw Dapr join Zoms and then somebody else rotate over to B. I love seeing rotations like that. You're keeping your numbers stacked on the sides. You're not just saying, hey, yeah, 4 over here, 1 can fake. They're selling a fake. Sentinels knew exactly what they were doing. They've been using this round time really well on the ones they just capitalize and make Xset look like they've been running around.
Absolutely agree with you, Riv. And again, it was like a great look. The investment of ultimates and the trades there were just beautiful to really open up the site. And again, it was on Zekin there to make something happen, but just wasn't able to. So it's going to be a lighter buy. Previously, it was Dapr, I believe, who was on the Sheriff. This time it's Zoms. Oh, who is going to be able to buy up as well? Okay, so full rifles across the board. Slightly lighter armor for Zoms, and meanwhile, full strength on the side of Xset. You're seeing some of those pinks come out. They're trying to invest that Viper util to control B long. And Shazam being spotted there isn't going to be the one to draw early blood, but Tenz is.
Just feeling the reads this far into the round, knowing that, you know, rifles are up, forward positions are going to be checked at high or low elevation for the A site. A nice read there as they start off the round with a kill onto Def and Pure. Tenz again onto Zekin.
And it's
he is just on fire now. Can he finish another one? Paint shells out as he gets pulled back and reads the play onto BCJ.
Yeah, man, they've got to send a firing squad to take care of Tenz. Meanwhile, the play's on the opposite side of the map. As soon as that first pick came through, you saw, who was that? Excuse me, it was Sick, who had already gotten onto B, who had already put the wall up, and the spike wasn't there, but they knew where the play wanted to go. But there's just so much attention that's demanded by Tenz on that site that they invest everything to try to take care of him, just to find out that that's never where the situation was going down. Aaron's good for 1 and 2, but he's got nothing more than 6 health, and that was that. So, I mean, a beautiful round from Sentinels. They played the rotations well. Tenz was enough of a nuisance to cause problems for Xset to get them to 5.
A 4K for Tenz on that. These opening shots right here is just understanding your opponents, what they might want to do. I'm sure there hasn't been a precedent set that somebody's peaked at every time, but you can feel the ebb and the flow in the game, and on the next gun round, your opponents may want to set up aggressively. Tenz working very, very well around that mindset right now to keep the team in the lead. But along with everybody else, Viper's pit up, Hunter's Fury is up. Quite a bit of plant agency right now if they can get the spike to the side on the side of Sentinels. Oh, Tenz. Just first bloods everywhere today.
Yeah, and you know, a couple of rounds ago it was Shazam, and again this time it was Tenz, but the results are the same. And you even saw Xset, they aggressively they tried to take some aggressive space, right? Understanding that it's a lighter buy for them, little high, like low risk, high reward if they're able to catch Sentinels off guard. But even with that aggressive dial up coming out from Zekin to take that space away past 410, there just wasn't really a way to get past Sentinels, right? Like, you can deny some space, but if you're not going to get past Sentinels, it's not going to matter. And it's only going to... Oh, no. Oh, not like this.
Okay. Pour one out. We're all right. Here we are, right in between. Zoms drops BCJ and Pure to end the round. A flawless round and a sharpening of the blade, as it were, to end that one out. Here we go into round 9. Tenz and sick. Yeah, it looks like Tenz woke up a little bit from Haven. He is now feeling it and taking control of the game as we would expect. And like I said, Tenz absolutely, I wouldn't say this like personally, no, but watching him play, it seems like he loves Icebox, being able to mess with the elevations and just have a bunch of different angles to play on when he is in those situations of 1v1, 1v2s.
Gotta keep an eye on Pure with the op, and we're seeing, right, like a little bit more firepower brought to those early aggressive peaks on duels. You still got Shazam up there, and you still got Tenz up there, but what they don't know is that there's an op on the other side. Will that be the difference maker? Aaron's already been tagged up. Zombs has been had. His position has been had. We're already seeing some of that op pull off. Zekin tries to dial up a bit of a different aggressive look. He gets cleaned up as the middle of the map is not available for Xset.
In Zombs, the wall has not been thrown early. Only when they need it. Only when they need it. It's not even a fake strat for them right now to say, oh, it'll go to B and maybe we won't use it because we can put up the gas wall later. It has just not been used. So we're seeing that be completely held here. Also giving no information to Xset on how it might want to be used. Just that poison orb in mid. And there's the res on the BCJ to reset things a little bit here at 4v4. Got sketchy for a moment.
He's back, but he's back with 13 health.
Yeah.
Not a ton to work with. We'll see if Pure is able to make that op sing. No, a narrow miss. He's going to dash away, but they don't expect Def. Def go down to 1, and Tenz gets ripped down as well. Shazam, though, looking to equalize things. Pure still has that op in his hands. What a shot. They even gave him the shoulder peek, the jiggle, but it didn't matter. Shazam's going to get cleaned up. Excellent response from Xset to get them to 3.
Nicely done. Not overcommitting too much after they lost the few in tube. They knew the attackers always have to come to your side of the map. Wait it out, play the angles, and Def nicely pushed up to make sure that happens. Def's position as well, being able to push up like that, while scary. We're always talking about how people can get up for more audio cues. Hearing slight things or rotations around that will help them do that from his position there where he was on pipes in A. I should say under pipes. Round 10, Doug. It's the operator here, and we'll see if we can get a big frag out of Pure.
Slightly different look from Sentinels here, right? Like, the story has been slow, default, feel things out, but look at how aggressively they've worked under tube. They're looking to fully send towards B. You've got Dapr, who's still playing back, and they've got him in a pinch. Dapr's in a great spot here. They've taken B. They've got the spike down. Dapr can be the one to blow this thing up if he's able to catch the 2 remaining members working their way around. Shazam's been spotted. Viper's pick coming through. They have full control of the site. The Hunter Fury's going to come out from BCJ. Tagged 1. Yeah, he gets the second Pure with the op, gets 1 as well, along with Aaron, as Sentinels just fall apart. It's just Tenz and Shazam that remain in this round. Zekin starts on the tap. Shazam good for 1. He's going to stick it. He's going to have to... No, he does pull off. Tenz with 33 health. In a 1v3, but no, there's just no easy way in, right? Like, there's no entry. Sentinels dialed up something aggressive, something different, and Xset stuffed it.
That looked like it was such a great strat from Sentinels, walking straight through, unscathed, just a wall to the right side to block anything that was happening. But I think that wall in itself alerted Xset to something very different. That's the first round that Sentinels have done that, and you have to realize your opponent is also going to act very differently. Xset hauled ass over to B. They made sure to start covering everything, and that was also one of the times that we saw Zombs use gas wall right off the bat. So a little bit different there, and Aaron will now set off Viper's Pit on A. Round 11, it's going to be a B.
Oh. Pure starting to feel himself with that op as he gets an early pick onto Sick. Shazam not able to replicate that success, at least quite yet. So we're back to where we started, right? We're back to a defaulty look, and that's almost necessary when you've got a Viper's Pit right off the bat. A great pick from Def to open things up as well. On to Dapr, but Tenz, Tenz isn't going to make anything happen either. So 5v2 very comfortably in favor of Xset. And Xset, while it didn't look pretty at first, Riv, they've clawed their way back into this thing.
Making it work. I mean, Sentinels is definitely making them work for it a lot. Zombs has been coming up with such good frags, being in a position to advance in mid or get a frag in mid and create pressure. But we talked about the no flanks earlier. You always have to be watching, or you have to be committing to what you're doing. Here, we see Shazam take a little bit of an advantage of that, but he's got his work cut out for him.
Just looking to try to keep the op, and well, forget about keeping the op. If you can deliver some business over to Def, why not? Shazam's he's got the Blade Storm, but Pure's just waiting with an op on the other side as well, and with 17 seconds left, you've kind of got to commit to doing this. Pure has heard it. No, oh my gosh. Oh, that's pretty.
You think
Pure
he's made
wins
that
the
shot
round
before?
for Xset. Yeah, he might have had Spidey sense of tingling to understand where that was going to be.
Oh, yeah, one of the things I saw coming into this, Doug, was the no Killjoy, no Cypher. They aren't necessary, but it does mean that flank game has to be at 110%. Or somebody's going to be around you. Both teams can do it to each other, so it's not like one has the benefit over the other, but we've seen a lot of flanks come in big and control these rounds. Almost 6-6 for your first half. Let's see if Xset can bring it to even. Holy moly, they're moving forward.
It's going to be fast from both, right? You've got the Bladestorm and the Showstopper, and you've got it in the hands of Pure, so they're both going in aggressive. Pure, Bladestorm winning the duel against Shazam. The res is going to come out, though, as they're going to double down on the reference. Tenz with the Showstopper, not connecting on to anything as he gets ripped down from the skies as well, at the courtesy of Zek, and op still in hand of Pure, and the spike has not made its way past 410. There hasn't been a way in. Shazam's going to drop for the second time. As Zekin goes in aggressively. Pure up from the top rope, gets dropped at the hands of Sick. The wall goes up as Sick looks to get in a bit of elevation as well. As Zoms drops a 4v2 heavily in favor of Xset here. I say heavily now, 3v1. As Dapr's the last one standing. Dapr filthy shots, but he's got 3 health, Riv, and that's all he's got. A 6-6 half. What a response.
The war charge for the last round of the first half. You love to see that clash happening on pipes. What an awesome round for both teams to stick in it there today. It came down to basically creating different angles or trying to figure out what your opponent wasn't looking at here. It seemed like Xset just had eyes on every angle after Sentinels started it off. And what a fantastic job across that first half. We're seeing the replays here. And 6-6 is one way to do it.
And again, remember, like, this wasn't an ideal start. Oh, man, this always feels so bad. It almost feels worse the second time you see it. You know what I mean? Oh. Like, it's an unpleasant reminder of what went down. Yeah, let me help you with that. But for now, Xset on the attack, turning all of their attention over towards B. They're going to have to work through the Viper util that Zoms has set up, and they seem to have no problems with it. Now, you've got Aaron who's going to be dropping his own, and that should be a telltale sign of where the hit's going.
1 wall, 2 wall. Remember, you do have Tenz retake with paint shells coming back into the site, so they have a bit of chance to clear what's yellow. What's it? Long B. And it looks like everybody, no, 2-3. 3 long B, 2 on yellow. Let's see how they can defend this one with gas walls going up and down, Doug.
You got Aaron, who also still has 1 snake bite left. You see him playing back for a couple of post plants. Sick on the tap.
There's shells.
Yep, and Aaron has already used the snake bite as well, so you see that going in aggressive. You draw that out early on, and now the fight can ensue. Zoms waiting as the wall goes down, and hello, surprise! There are a couple members on the other side. BCJ and Zekin deal significant amount of damage as Zekin has already gotten 3. Dapr's left alone in this 1v2. A wall, keeping things at bay. Zekin gets to 4. Xset get to 7.
Shock dart to the heart. Died from a ghost. It's a nice try. That, honestly, coming in there, Dapr, it almost had the 1v1 to make that happen, but the last pieces of wall. Seeing that the paint shells go out with the gas wall up, I thought was a little odd because that paint shell, those paint shells are supposed to push everybody out of the area they're holding. With the gas wall still up, that gave no free shots. So only doing a bit of damage there. The retake was under pressure, so it's not like you have years to wait to throw those paint shells, so no real error there, but just the way that worked was unfortunate. 7-6 here. Sick, pushed up, is loving getting in these tight spots, but goes down quick on that one.
Hard and heavy hit towards B. You had the Marshall in the hands of Zoms. And while he's still alive, he hasn't been able to do much with it. Look at that, a full send. Pure's clip runs dry. Fortunately for him, Zekin was there to help things out. A 4v1 here. Zekin already has the Empress online in this half. A 4K for him, as it's just been 4Ks, 3Ks aplenty in this best of 5.
All right, Xset feeling good on the eco. They go through, and you're right. There have been quite a few 4Ks, 3Ks coming out of these players throughout this series. And it definitely makes the ult game a little more fun when the orbs are coming in excess for some people. Right now, the Empress there for Zekin could make some plays if they want to keep this controlled. But it's going to be no bonus. Again, we see BCJ just going for the, more utility along with the Sheriff. And maybe making sure somebody else can have a bite down the line.
Yeah. What a good teammate.
Yeah. Making drops. You're going to be broke a bit. You stay back. You give the intel. So they won the last round they did this, so let's see.
It's true. Aaron has put up the wall, so you hear the Empress coming online as well. The Lear's gonna come out. Tenz should have a great idea of where it is. He had the elevation. Shazam gets the kill onto Pure as well. Tenz using Roomba. Aaron swings around! Wow! Whoa. Perfect! Play from Aaron to play around that utility and get the kill. Dapr still in the back of the site though, and they have a good idea of where he is. Dapr cleans it up. Shazam follows as well. Sentinels take that round away. It was a bonus from Xset, but it was a pretty round from Sentinels nonetheless.
What a cheeky little round. I love that push by Aaron. Also, Boombot? Question mark? What are you looking at? Tenz, they're getting thrown off guard, but really great recuperate there by Sentinels to make sure that site was not even taken. We'll see what happens here. That was the save off, like we said, Eco for Xset, as BCJ held a bit of that cash to make sure utility was a priority in their beginning rounds. Now, alt points, nobody really on deck here. Shazam is quite close along with Dapr, 2 away. We'll see if those come into play in the next few rounds.
Viper's Wall, and every round it's been pretty telltale, right? That Viper's Wall goes up, and that's exactly where Xset want to go. Yeah, and look, yeah, you're right. And it's because of that, right? Between the drone and the wall going up, it's telltale that that's where they want to go. Sentinels read off of that. You've got Shazam, who's already taken a ton of space away. So if for some reason this does not work on B, you don't have a ton of options to rotate back, right? Because you're going to walk into Shazam, the middle of the map, maybe, but they've got to commit to it here. This is probably their best chance at success. And as the round continues to go on, Shazam takes more and more space away, this time alongside Dapr. BCJ and Def have already dropped as Sentinels, with their full grips and fingers around every single area of the map, have denied so much space. They've suffocated what Xset have. Oh, Aaron. That's going to open things up. You've got Pure and Zekin both so weak on health, though. Aaron, good for another. I mean, those are both flanks.
That's huge this round. Remember what I was saying. There's no flank protection. Shazam, easy frag there. Now the map is completely open.
30 seconds left.
And they have to
but it doesn't work. The last one, he tries to meet Tenz and A in the 1v1.
But that was enough. Like, that bought Xset space. Oh, for a moment bought them space, but Zekin's got to go huge here. 32 health in the 1v1. And he's giving space away, but he's only got 10 seconds, right? He's got to get the spike down, and that's going to be advantageous for Tenz. It's from up top. Cleans up the round for Sentinels.
What a round. For the solo rotation as well. The thought behind the plays, the rotations, this should have been a cleanup. Aaron did so much damage, but for just Tenz to come over here and be the keystone to keep this round going. Absolutely incredible stuff. Well played, great calls on both sides there. But Sentinels with the edge.
Ooh, this map is dialing up, and it's really delivered as the rest of the series has. That just bodes well for what's to come. Early recon dart. There's the wall again. Right, but how do they play off of it? This time it's not going to be an aggressive hit. They also haven't had the drone to follow up with it. As BCJ's looking down long, he's got a Marshall. It's a lighter buy the rest of the way. Pure's the only one who's got a full rifle.
Neat little double peek there on different elevation. Coming from Sentinels. I like the variety they're trying to offer here. You're walking through, like I said, give him a little bit of utility and he'll take the agency to walk right in a fearless manner. Healed up, and they will reset now, 5v4.
If they opt to go B, you've just got Zoms down there, and they know that no one's pushed up because BCJ's been watching long the entire time. So they're going to work the middle of the map as well, expose Kitchen, try to get into an advantageous spot and work towards B, but the thing is, Sentinels are wise to it, right? Like, they're working middle as well. Shazam's just on the other side of the smoke as Def gets up.
Good rotation out by Six. It can let them know that they're in the right spot, at least on this partial rotation. Oh, he's under the tube. They're going to be in Kitchen right next to each other. Shazam looks up, finds one, but does he know there's two? Zoms onto another one here. We do see Shazam go down on your screen as Zoms continues to answer, Doug.
2v2, Six in a great spot too. The Viper Spit's gonna come out, but Six can clean him up. Aaron's left alone. He's got the Viper Spit. He's got a 1v1 too. But he's gotta get the spike with 5 seconds. He's not gonna have enough time. Riv, he's just gotta find the kill, and no, Six not having any of it. He's just running for the fences. What a strange round win. And Six gets the kill as well to give Sentinels the lead.
Sentinels taking full advantage of there being no Cypher, no Killjoy on the outside. I was going to say no Sentinels, but that almost didn't make sense. They have completely taken over and little movement. And Sick is always the one to do that. And the information he grabs is never hard, fast, and forward. It's wait, push up, wait, push up. And the team can then decide what they continuously want to do as they move around the map. Again, that a Sick push there was able to give them the info they needed to capitalize on the run.
Blade Storm online, both, actually. Shazam also has a Spectre in his back pocket. Don't get in your way. Well, I can't get in your way if you did. Zekin cleans up Zoms early on. That's not going to be a factor. You hear that Blade Storm, coming through. My gosh, the kills come in droves. As Tenz gets the last couple, but Zekin gets the final one, a 3K on the round, to tie us up at 9. Neither team willing to give an inch.
A taste of their own medicine, Xset gives Sentinels, and the round is just as fast as we saw when Sentinels threw up the mid wall, rushed underneath tube, and went to B. Firing on all cylinders now. They're in each other's heads. They have a few flanks that work. Everything's then orchestrated perfectly to stop the flanks, and we're getting a great game because they are now just butting heads round after round. We're going to have a half or an eco buy here by Sentinels. They're going to have to wait it out. Six does have the Marshal. If he can get some frags in here, that would give him the ultimate to play for the next few rounds.
It's a full gamble from Sentinels towards B. Look at that. All 4 of the 5 members, playing down long. Aaron spots one. How much more can he get? Gets a second, a third. Knows where the last is. Line him up. Knock him down. Aaron gets 4. Dapr on the opposite side of the map stays healthy, at least for now. But that's all there is. A flawless round from Xset for them to take the lead. It was a gamble from Sentinels, and Aaron stuffed it.
Those ones feel good. Aaron's like, all right, I'm real close to having Viper's Pit once again in this situation, so no sweat there. We'll see this push up. Quick flicks in and out, never leaving himself too much in the open. And actually, the strafe timing that he had on Sentinels, just picture perfect, the way they were playing it. You love to pick those up. We'll see how they head into this one.
So now Aaron, with that in mind, just 2 points away from having the Viper's Pit available. Zekin's got the Empress. BCJ has the Hunter Series as well, still rocking that Marshal. So again, we see BCJ enter the round from a slight economic disadvantage in order to pan things out for his friends, but Sick. Oh, Sick was able to get one, but Pure trades it out. The Hunter Series is going to come out from Dapr, understanding where Pure is.
Shazam,
not
quick
able to
push
land the
already.
shots. Tenz swung out as well, trying to play off of that, but it's Zekin who wins that duel.
Oh, Shazam just can't see them down that middle way. They've pushed up Kitchen, one just under Boiler there as they're waiting. And now Zoms is also looking underneath. A nice catch as Pure can't get Kitchen to work for himself. Dapr cleans that one out and mops the floor with Pure. Shazam has not moved yet. I think they may have understood that Spike was at a certain place, which is why they're not worried about the rotation of Zekin. He is the key point for Xset to win this round right now.
Yeah, but if they're going back towards A, thinking that there's safety because Zekin has gotten all the way in, they have no idea that Shazam is there. Yeah, and that rotation stops it. Shazam was able to get one. BCJ trades it out. There's Zekin on the deep flank. He's been spotted. Dapr gets away with his life. BCJ with the Marshal, not able to land the shot. Zoms wins that duel, leaving Zekin alone. Now, he's got the Empress. We mentioned it earlier, and both members are weak, so it's certainly a winnable situation. The Lear, not going to find anything quite yet, but he's still got to get to the spike. Dapr's going to run away, leaving the fight onto Zoms, and Zoms wins that duel. 10-10. I mentioned it earlier, but Riv, this really feels like 2 heavyweight boxers just going toe-to-toe, trading blows, and it's been so much fun to watch.
It really is, because each team is figuring out what strat is going to be the most formidable on the next round, playing off a few precedents set by their opponent. If Sentinels were to push, Xset needs to move fast. Xset does that, but then, again, no flank. Once their strat stops, they run right back in. That round, Zekin needed to take way more agency in ground. He was on that mid spot for 15, 20 seconds without entering A to find out, entering towards the kitchen to find out. So a little hesitant here by Xset, as Sentinels has just been denying them information.
Well, and once again, see Shazam has gone up aggressively. Oh, he's been spotted this time. No shenanigans are coming through. BCJ channeling the Hunter's Fury. Got a tag on a Shazam, but that seems to be it. Empress has come online. Tenz absolutely eliminates that right off the bat. Shazam looking for a second. He gets that and a third for Sentinels. Make that 4. As BCJ's the last one that remains. That, much like the last couple of rounds, ended almost as quickly as it has started, Riv.
Doug, as soon as Zekin had Empress the first time it got dropped like that, that was basically a dry entry into the site with the ultimates going off. Xset, it kind of fell out of their orchestrated gameplay here, and you just see them, everybody just jumping forward, running in. There's no utility there. Shazam has been in this position multiple times, pushing forward, knowing Sick has been pushing A, and it just seemed like Xset a little too sure of themselves with using less utility. And it can obviously be a choice to use the utility post plant, but I feel like they're Sentinels just, you can't give them that much right now.
Shazam with the op this round. Waiting for entry towards A. Got Zekin, who's playing a bit further up, but no information given away quite yet. Meanwhile, you just heard a Marshall go off from BCJ. Oh! Op shot misses. Shazam gets tagged up.
And still.
Tenz follows. Yeah.
Pushed up.
Yep. And that's the thing, like, you don't expect that, right? And you see them pulling off because you heard the dash come away, but Tenz reads him like a book. Good for one, looking for the second. God. He gets it.
He was gonna wait, but he heard the second person run and knew he had the aim to make both shots, even in the instance of action. Confident stuff coming out of Sentinels right now. They're going to be retaking this one. BCJ doing what he can as he just fires off the chamber. That's empty. Looking for the classic clip. Can he make it happen? And he does not. Draws a beautiful picture of Zoms on the wall there, if I've ever seen one. But he does get taken down in the end by Dapr. 12-10. Sentinels. This is a 12-10, but I feel like Sentinels have had quite a bit of control over the closeness in these rounds still.
Oh, the way that Tenz and Shazam played off each other at the beginning of that round there was just so much fun to watch, and that's the theme, right? That's been the theme for this squad in this best of 5. Aggressively take space away, be it Breeze, be it Haven, now be it Icebox. The recipe remains the same.
I think they figured out what makes Xset uncomfortable. That's one of the biggest things. You make your opponent play sweaty right off the bat, they are not playing their game, Doug. They're slipping and sliding all around on different thoughts of what will work against the defensive Sentinels right now. Is a best of 3? I love, like I said before, that we have the 1-1. This isn't a 3-0 either way, because there's no way that this series could end up that way. These teams well evenly matched. And we'll see if Xset can bring this to an overtime. They have the ultimates to make it happen if they can get to a site and throw down this Viper ult.
No aggressive denial of space from Sentinels. Oh boy, here we go. That's the cue. That's a green light for them to go. The showstopper gets one. And that's all it is. BCJ was able to trade it out though. The res is going to come through to equalize things back to a 4v4, but the spike has not made any progress. Zekin does have middle of map control. As you see the Reyna on your mini-map holding things down. Ultorb is going to go into the pockets of BCJ. Eventually. A bit delayed, but it is going to happen. Six in a great spot, though. Six in a great spot. Sick good for one. Not able to get the second. Pure swings around and gives it to him.
30 seconds left.
But the spike has made his way back behind Yellow. With just a few moments left in the round, I don't know that they have enough time to rotate out. They've kind of got to commit to this second on the lurk. Will establish some presence further in, but that's it.
There are so many rounds that timer is blinking red, Doug. Xset pushing it to the limit each time. This time it's working for them. They're able to get the spike down. Now 45 seconds on the clock for Sentinels to change this round.
You've got Dapr, who's blinked so far back, but manages to get the kill into second anyway. Shazam with the op. Cloudburst buying him some space to move as they slowly but surely encroach a bit closer, a 2v2. Pure just waiting. Def spots one. No, Def's not able to get it. It's going to be Pure in that 1v2 to keep the round alive. He's good for one. The 1v1 as the spike continues to tick away. Who's going to peek first to dash across? Pure. Who's going to get tapped? Dapr's going to stick it. Dapr gets it to half, and then he pulls off. Pure's still waiting around, but it's just a second tap as he's just waiting, playing right around the rosy. Pure goes absolutely nuts. A Red Bull clutch to keep the map alive.
That entire time, I'm thinking Bladestorm is available. You're ready, but he's able to hold it. That's so key. Now for the final round, they can have Bladestorm Pure under pressure right here. The quick dash, knowing that's hardly ever going to be cleaned up, still has the tailwind available, and you're just playing cat and mouse. Does it beautifully. Ooh. We could be going to overtime here in map 3, Doug.
My goodness, what a round. All right, let's take stock of where we are now.
Get out of my way.
It's going to be rifles, light armor in BCJ's pocket. You hear the Bladestorm comes online. A couple of key ultimates for Sentinels available. The Hunter's Fury and the Res, as well as the Viper's Pit in Aaron's pocket. Shazam's already spotted. Yep. Oh, what?
Bye-bye hand.
Oh, Shazam looking for more. Not able to land
info.
the shots. He's going to dash away. Dapr bringing in the Hunter's Fury. Not going to connect onto much. Look at how Xset's already playing off, right? Like, let's wait through this. Let's weather the storm and then reassess.
Moving up, Pure did drop that rifle so he could go Bladestorm Spectre here. So you see how much Xset's trying to work together to get these rounds in their favor. Still rifles on the remaining members besides Pure with his Bladestorm. Wall's about to break and they will start to creep. Dapr, a quick jump up the steps as he once again tries to take control of Kitchen.
Exactly, the timing's so good there because as soon as the wall goes down, you see Dapr was starting to rotate. They've gotten up the Kitchen, but you've got Dapr there good for one. Sick was there as well. Def comes up absolutely nuts for Xset as he gets a couple zombs. Leans up BCJ, leaving things in a 3v2 in favor of Sentinels. Sentinels looking to avoid overtime. The Viper's Pit's going to come out. Oh, as Def equalizes things to 2v2. 3 for Def. As he gets the spike down. No, Tenz. Can Tenz over the shoulder blast that? Oh my gosh.
Just over the shoulder.
Def with 40 health. As they're going to have to work their way through the Viper's Pit to make this happen. Toms with a great spot onto Def. It's just Aaron. Now Aaron still has that Viper's Pit online. If there was anyone to die there, fortunately it wasn't. But the counter Viper's Pit's going to be used, so it's just going to be green jello across everyone's screen as Tenz tanking forward, going aggressive. The blast pack not spotting anyone. Aaron may spot where he is, but is he going to drop down? It hasn't been tapped yet. But you hear the footsteps coming through. He knows where it is. He knows where the ping is. But then the second half, Aaron with one. Looking for the second zop. So weak. He challenges it. And Aaron does it again. Another Red Bull clutch. Oh, baby, we're going to overtime.
Down to the last drop every single round of this Icebox matchup. So different than the first time these teams met just a bit ago here on Icebox. Doug, this is wild. Aaron has been stepping up from map to map, whether it's a Cypher, whether it's his Viper right now. It has been a pleasure to watch what he's doing here on the side of Xset. Everybody participating to get the frags to work. We're at 12-12, and we're in overtime.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Man, it really doesn't. Like, plays like that, rounds like that, to get into overtime in a grand final setting, what more could you possibly ask for? I mean, potentially a LAN, wear masks, get vaccinated. But other than that, this has been such a treat of a series, and we're far from over. Now we're looking at Sentinels on the attacking side. They've got the drone to entry onto A. They're going to get past 410, so they should be sitting comfortably here, but they still have to get the spike down.
Spike planted under that slow orb. It's going to be tough to get out right at first, but it looks like they'll be able to set up the defense. Now the flank is being watched. A fast strat is the only way that we're really going to be able to set up the knowledge that no one was behind them right away, and that's what Sentinels have done. Let's see if they can execute their post plan.
Shazam up top, understanding where the pressure is going to be coming in from. Shazam's good for 110 as well. My goodness, Xset hasn't been able to work their way in at all as Sentinels refuse to give an inch. Of course, as I say that, Shazam drops, leaving BCJ, however, to make magic happen. No, he's going to drop. Sentinels, for now, take the attacking side of overtime.
Very clean round by Sentinels. It seems like they kind of thrive in that chaos. You can kind of equate that to their B-Haven strat. In, out, clean, and make sure you just take down the opponents as they rotate in. It seems like it's pretty methodical for them once they're able to get in that quickly. and be causing a bit of chaos around the board. Seeing how Xset could play this one, we do have Vandals, Phantoms. Not going to change too much. Nobody's going for a big buy here. But it looks like they are going to do a split. I wonder if B is a little bit noisier here than the start on A.
Yeah, so the Viper's wall goes up. And again, Tenz has played this spot before, right? It was a couple of rounds ago. We saw him get the kill here and then take the showstopper in. But he's not going to have that opportunity this time around. Shazam does have an op, a glass cannon here. As the drone from BCJ should give him a little bit of room to work with. But on Icebox on A, man, if you're not getting past 410, it doesn't matter.
Slow play. You see, Shazam's already moved his spot to try to make that shot work for himself. If he doesn't see anything on conveyor, I wonder how long actually they keep Dapr where he is. He's going to start to back off already a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, but that
that alerts him.
Yep, that dart should tell him that something's going. Oh my gosh! Dapr, what a flick! Shazam gets one as well. Looking for the second. Yep, able to get it. The dash away somehow stays alive as BCJ's not able to clean him up. Def, however, working the middle of the map, opening things up a bit for Xset. The thing is, BCJ's on an island here by himself. He's gotten onto the site, but he doesn't have very much as far as like resources around him. He's got the spike, but he's got to wait for his teammate to show up. He can't easily plant the spike here without fear of getting swung on, and that's exactly what's happening. They pinged him out. They know where he is. He's gonna need some help. No, the jump up. Shazam punishes Def. Good for one. 1v2. 9 seconds left. He's got to get the spike down the tap. Oh, he's going to run out of time. He's going to have to do this. He's going to have to do this old-fashioned way.
He's got enough.
Ooh, but he's going for the kill. Def with 38 health. He's got the res.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, Psalms! Coming down from the rope just in the nick of time to pull off the defuse to give Sentinels the overtime win and to give them a 2-1 series lead. We need a break. I need a break. When we return, the next map, don't go anywhere.